Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It's going pretty well here, Mike. You just cracked a cold one. I've been cracking cold ones all evening. For me, it's seltzer, but for you, it looks like you got some Bud Light.
Bud Light, the classic.
We don't need to talk about the Bud Light controversy.
Dumbest thing
We
ever.
just
Yeah,
recognize that it's happening, and hey, let's move on, everybody. It's
yeah.
not that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal.
All right, Mike. There's a
How's it
lot to
going?
talk about this week. All right,
there,
Mike.
there is a lot to talk about, Matt. But first, I want to know how you doing.
Doing well. Let's see. Baking a lot of bread
Oh
lately.
yeah, no,
I made some
yeah.
incredible cinnamon buns this morning.
Mm,
Better than Cinnabon, I would say. Way better, actually.
bold claim.
And they're not hard to make. One day I'll talk about this, but we've all been fooled, Mike, about how difficult bread is to make.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not hard at all. You need almost, no, I'm going to say you don't need any skills to do this. You just need a bit of time
Hmm.
and sort of a plan, but not really.
Yeah.
And everybody can have fabulous bread at home.
Wow.
I'm going to do a quick plug here for a book, actually, Mike. If you
Hmm.
want to learn how to make great bread, start with a book called Flour, Salt, Water, Yeast by Ken Forkish. Gives a nice overview of how to make a great simple loaf of bread, and then go from there. Sky's the limit. Mike, I'm making cinnamon buns, bagels, baguettes, hot cross buns for Easter,
Mm.
and they're all just outstanding. But anyway, now I'm just talking about bread. How are things going with you?
Good. And I will say we're not sponsored by that book. We should be. We could get a nice little cut, maybe 200 bucks, 300
I'll
bucks.
DM Ken.
All right. Yeah, things are good. I'm still in the States, as you can see. That's why I'm drinking this classic Bud
Mm,
Light.
mm.
I was out with the Godfather, Uncle Andy, last night, and we were talking about beers. And I was telling him how, we had this thing where we're thinking a little bit tired of the ales, the IPAs, it's all these
More than
IPAs, and
tired. I'm done.
more done, yeah. And I just want a refreshing lager, and we agreed. Although he ended up getting a Guinness after all that, which is
Oh,
a stout. Now that's a classic. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's just great being home, hanging out with my folks, seeing some old friends, and eating
nice.
a lot of good food. So yeah, man, excited to talk about the combini today with you, my friend.
All right, well, let's jump into it, Mike. We got a huge story actually this
Big.
week. It's coming up on 7-Eleven's 50th
Mm,
anniversary, Mike. The big 5-0. 7-Eleven, of course, hard to overstate its significance, not just in the convenience store industry, but the retail industry.
oh yeah.
This company has been driving innovation in that space for 5 decades, from technology and operations to new products to partnerships. Really, just one of the great organizations of all time, I would say,
Yeah.
7-Eleven. And
Mm.
Mike, maybe that's why they revamped the website to celebrate 50 years.
Oh.
I mean, it would make sense because their original website did look like it was from, I don't know, 1973. That'd be 50 years ago. Um, but Mike, one of the best parts of this site is they have a whole page, a whole section dedicated to celebrating its 50 years of history, and they've broken it down by era.
Yeah.
By era, Mike. So you're gonna walk us through these eras, come some of the highlights, and yeah, what are some of the things that they're featuring, Mike?
Yeah, Matt. So yeah, we found this. This is 7-Eleven. This is the 50th, anniversary special site, a special like whole sections. I'd say site in itself within the website. And Matt, just one thing I was thinking about, 7-Eleven was really the first like real conveni in Japan. So in
Mm,
many ways, what we're saying is 50 years of the conveni in
of the
many ways.
convenience.
And we've only been a part of this for a few short years. Well, not that short. I mean, probably 10, 15 years. But anyways, Matt, yeah, this site. So you come here, just a beautiful site. 7-Eleven really just kicking up their game. And like you said, they got a bunch of, sections, they explain about these last 50 years. They got a 50th year ambassador, Matt. Guess who it
Oh,
is?
actually, great pick. It's Ichiro.
It is Ichiro. I don't know why it's not loading on my end, but Ichiro himself, the 50th ambassador. There he is. There's
Man,
old
that's
Ichiro.
a
Yeah.
silver fox right there. Ichiro.
God, one of the most handsome, just one of the manliest men of all time. But not like, he's like a he's like a ninja.
He is like a ninja. That
That
laser beam.
that laser beam. Watch those highlights. It's like Mike Tyson knockouts. All right, Matt. So we're coming to the 50th archive, and this is something that we're really excited. Like you were saying, they've broken it down into four eras.
Hmm.
We've got like the dawning era, 1973 to 79, the growth era, 1980 to
Hmm.
1999, the sort of revolution or reform era from 2000 to 2009, and then they're calling it the reborn or newborn era of 2010. But Matt, just wanted to take you look through like one of these together. This is 1973 to 1979, the dawn of 7-Eleven. And they give a little like write up of like the background of what was going on then. But what's really cool is they they tell you about like different sections, like what were they doing in terms of like new stores.
Hmm.
I think this might be the original store if I'm not.
That looks like
I
the very first 7-Eleven, Mike, based on my research.
Yeah, me too. And then the hit products at that time. No doubt, the original hit product was the onigiri, which we've covered
And it
extensively. We
wasn't
actually.
just the product, Mike. It was the packaging.
Mm,
7-Eleven pioneered what they call the parachute packaging, that that way of opening up an onigiri that inevitably flummoxes
mhm.
everybody doing it for the very first time, but by the second and third, you're just bewildered by the genius of that
Oh,
packaging. It's a mystery still to me of how it works.
yeah, yeah. No, it's truly innovative. I can't believe that it's been going on that long. And they say here, only selling three onigiris in one day, and then it slowly caught on. But can you imagine that? Now they're selling probably a billion in one day.
Oh my
So
God.
maybe a million. Oden, 1979, Matt. Holy
Mm.
moly.
Some of that stuff's been sitting in there since 1979 too.
Looks exactly the same. You're right. Then we got innovations to the service and system, stuff like, going 24 hours,
Mm.
that's big. And then sort of shared transport for their deliveries. And then, the culture. Like, what were the uniforms look at that time? 1974.
Trader's Joe vibe in 1974, almost kind of, vibrant red and oranges. Kind of reminds me of Hawaii a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what came to mind as well. And I think maybe they should think about this. This is a really fun,
I
like,
agree.
yeah, it creates a nice little atmosphere. So, all right, Matt. So, our listeners, please get on the site, check this out. It's really
It's
cool.
awesome.
But I think we both wanted to share like an episode from somewhere in history that we thought was really interesting. Matt, what do you uh do you have an episode? Do you want me to share, or do you want to share, or?
Uh, yeah. Let me go ahead and pull this up, Mike. Mine comes from the 1980s, the growth period,
Mhm.
Mike. And this may come as a surprise, but 1983, Mike, 7-Eleven introduced the burrito.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a significant thing for a few reasons. One, it was a full meal you could eat with one hand, which may have been
Oh.
the first of its kind, the onigiri more of a snack. It was
Mm.
also, as they call it, American foodo. So American food, even though it's right below it, they acknowledge it as Mexican food. So hard to pinpoint Japan's understanding of the origins of the burrito. I too probably don't understand the origins. But Mike, one of their flavors
Hmm.
was the sloppy Joe.
Ooh.
And that was one of my favorite things growing up as a kid. You get a sloppy Joe, especially if it's the authentic from the can Manwich sloppy Joe. That's an exciting day as a kid. And to think they used to put these in a burrito. And the reason I this caught my eye is because this burrito from 1983 looks a hell of a lot better than
Yeah.
the burritos they're putting out now. We saw that thing, it looked like a pepperoni pizza was giving birth to a cheese burrito, the thing that Family Mart ripped out
Yeah.
last week. This actually looks like a burrito.
Yeah.
And to think they had a sloppy Joe flavor, that sounds pretty compelling.
And I'm just kind of reading here. It looks like the katakana for that is Slappy Joe. The Slappy Joe. And that's what I like to call it as well, a Slappy Joe dog, Slappy Joe. Um all right, Matt. Well, that's pretty exciting. Well, let me show you mine. I gotta be honest, I don't think you're gonna be happy about this, Matt. But the one that kind of
Day
caught
vegetables.
my eye, we're talking, we're in
Oh boy, I knew this was coming.
the rebirth era, and that was the 2013 Combini coffee, Mac. And this is not because I think it's the best. A couple things that just really interested me about this is that it wasn't until 2013 that convenience stores in Japan had, semi like real coffee. That's pretty crazy because that's like in American convenience stores, like
Probably the
probably,
whole bar.
yeah, half the store,
Mm.
is coffee. Um and they're showing that original machine right here. Oh boy, I bet that this is not great. We're looking at an old, but that's only 2013. It looks like this machine from like
Yeah.
1985 or something. Yeah, so I think that there's no doubt, as much as it's to your chagrin, um, convenient coffee, becoming a thing has been a big episode in convenience store history.
Well, I'll just say I think I got out just in time, Mike. Because this showed up in 2013. I got out of Japan in 2012. I wasn't around to see that happen. Sort of
Yeah.
like, you didn't get to see the last days of, Tiger Woods limping around the golf course or something like that. We don't need to see
Hmm.
that. And
Hmm.
we don't need to see fresh coffee at 7-Eleven. The reason it didn't show up for 40 years is because canned coffee is so good.
Hmm.
No single 7-Eleven executive thought it was necessary.
That's true. But it has become a hit. And I will say, although they, everywhere you go, we've got fresh coffee in Japan. There's no drip coffee. There's still no like standard old drip coffee that you can buy at a convenience store, which is unfortunate because I
You can
do
get
I
drip
do
coffee.
appreciate it. You can get like where they grind the the beans and then like do this like quick sort of like injection like coffee thing, but it's not like st- it has a different taste, than like
Hmm.
standard drip coffee where you've got like a big bucket of coffee
Right.
grinds and like I guess slow drip maybe you'd call it.
Hmm.
Um
Okay.
anyways, so but all right, Matt. So hey, interesting looking down the old history of 7-Eleven and the conveni. And Matt, I hope we've got 50 more exciting years to come.
God willing.
But Matt, we're going on in the Chicky Wars. This is actually something from last week, or maybe in between weeks that we completely missed. Although you're gonna have to jog my memory. Have we seen this before, Matt? We're over at Family Mart,
Hmm.
and we're looking at the Famichiki, the Yuzu Kosho flavored Famichiki.
Hmm. Nice.
Have we seen this before, Matt? Is this a new thing? And if it is or isn't, what do you think about it?
Well, First, I like the look of it. Yuzu Kosho is really good. By the way, it's showing up everywhere here in the United States. Yuzu
Wow.
Kosho has just become a thing all of a sudden.
Okay.
And I like it. I was first introduced to it in Kyushu, which is where I think it's mostly popular.
Hmm.
It pairs really well with chicken. It's got that, nice citrus flavor, but it's
Mm.
peppery. It's
Oh yeah.
yuzu pepper. That's what it literally means. And have we seen it before? Probably,
Hmm.
probably, or at
Yeah.
least certainly a yuzu. We certainly seen yuzu famichiki, and we
That's true.
and there probably was a kosho Famichiki. So if we haven't seen Yuzu
Oh,
Kosho Famichiki, I bet we've seen the individual parts of this.
good point.
But it looks outstanding. I would be excited to pick this up.
Yeah, now that you say that, I think you're right. I think we have seen them both in parts, but never the full package of the Yuzu Kosho,
Hmm.
which gets me super pumped. And I hope that this is still going to be around when I get back next week. Hint for people who want to get limited time items, you go to a not so popular convenience store.
Hmm.
They'll have extra stock of this, so they'll be putting it out for a while.
That's a
So
hot tip.
it's a very hot tip. And so yeah, go to the least popular convenience store you can find. The only thing, if you do that, sometimes they only cook one at a time, Matt. And you know what
Oh,
happens when like nobody buys that chickie for an hour, 2 hours.
you cook one at a time?
Some of them. Some people. We're gonna talk about this. I've come to classify convenience store workers. There's the elite level, there's the mid level, and then there's like just like the bottom of the barrel. And like usually these people work at like midnight. Bless their hearts for working that night shift, but they rarely will cook anything. And this one guy, I always go,
Oh,
never has anything in the hot box ever.
oh,
He
he just
never cooks
refuses to
anything.
cook it.
He just won't cook anything. He's just a lazy
You think
guy.
it's because he's lazy, not because they don't have any in the back room?
No, no, no. Every time I go, and it's for this guy, it's like even if I go at night, I go at day, like during the day, whenever it's his shift, there's nothing in the convenience store or nothing in the hot box.
Oh, damn. So he's just mismanaging the hot box.
Yeah, he's just, he's lazy, I guess. He doesn't want to do it. I understand. But come on, buddy. You can't deprive everybody of that.
We got to do next week's episode has to be about the three tiers of convening employee.
Okay, yep. We can talk about it. And hey, who are we to judge from outside? But as a customer, not as a convenie boy member. I'm talking just as a customer. There's a clear, division of like level of employees. So let's talk about it now. Sorry, I got a little long-winded there.
No, I'm excited to hear all about that. I want to find out who like the Ichiro is
Oh my
of
God, there's
convening employees because I bet
you,
you've met a few of those.
and I'm sure you have too, Matt. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, the ones who picked me off the ground after I fainted crashing over a whole shelf of product. Woke
Oh
up in the
yeah.
back room with two convening attendants hovering over me.
Oh man.
That was a weird day. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, Mike. We'll get into that next week. Very
Yeah.
exciting. Little preview, everybody.
Yeah.
But hey, we got to move on because we got the scoreboard, Mike. New items this week: Family Mart 38, Lawson 11, 7-Eleven 63 new items, Mini Stop 22, Daily Yamazaki's got 9, Seiko Mart 8, New Days 24. Your thoughts on those numbers, Mike?
Yeah, it's Golden Week, Matt. Golden Week, one of the, up there with Obon and New Year's. A lot of people taking off, not many people working the machines, so makes sense. We got lower numbers this week. I'm not worried about it.
Yep, perfect analysis, Mike. Now
Thank you.
let's jump into our winners and losers. We take a look at all these items, everybody. It takes hours.
It
And we
does.
find the best and worst among them. Let's start off with your loser this week, Mike. What do we got? Oh boy. Ooh.
I'd advise our listeners to maybe check out the YouTube for this or just try to search this item for yourself. Tuna and corn cream gratin, Matt. And I don't like to get too crass, and I'm really sorry to our listeners or to our moms if they're listening, but I don't know if I want to go this far. But let's just say you stumbled upon a toilet somewhere that someone had exploded explosive diarrhea in, and it's all over the bowl, it's all over everything, scattered like a buckshot. That's what this looks like, Matt. This is gratin, so there's some cheese and I guess rice there on the bottom, but on top is this just kind of this tuna and corn, and then it's kind of like, I don't know, blowtorched at the top to get this like blackish like hint to it. Maybe I bet it's good. I bet it's good. It's more a presentation sort of thing, but I've been helping, my parents. I'm home in the States helping them recover and from like surgery and stuff. And I've seen some like messy toilet bowls recently. And this one, it was a 1-to-1 correlation. I saw this picture and I was like, oh boy. So yeah, Matt, I'm sorry. That was maybe a little bit too crude, but no way I'm touching this thing.
I think yeah, I mean, first thing that came to mind, my brother runs an Instagram account called Secret Buttholes.
Actually, a huge Instagram account. How many followers?
163,000 followers. And he posts images of things that aren't buttholes but look like buttholes, and I'm gonna email this to him, Mike, because I think this is gonna make it up on Secret Buttholes on Instagram. The other thing there's a legendary story at a workplace. I won't share the details, not my workplace, but somebody I know, where somebody walked into a bathroom and blew it up so hard. I've been conducting a 4-year ongoing investigation to find out who did this. They say it was like at shoulder height, Mike. Stuff they talked about, and this could be evidence. I don't know. Maybe this is the path to cracking this case, Mike. But that I gotta believe this this bowl of food looks a lot like that crime scene did 4 years ago.
Shoulder height.
That's what I heard.
Jeez, Pete. All right. Let's move on to.
All right,
your loser, Matt.
I
can.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mine comes out of Lawson. You don't often see losers out of Lawson here, Mike.
Oh boy.
Yep. Mike, it's a bagel. So already I'm feeling, Japan bagel. Konbini bagel? Really? Okay. And they made it worse, Mike, because they stuffed this bagel with potato salad and bacon. So this is like a soft mochi bagel. So it's a soft bagel. Soft, I guess chewy's good. You want the bagel to be chewy. But this bagel, first, I don't trust the konbini to make a bagel.
No.
Bagel's hard to pull off. I can pull it off because I've been learning how to make bread for the last 4 months. My bagels are outstanding. This is not a bagel, but potato salad doesn't belong inside of a bagel. What's going on?
No. Matt, what is going on? And can you zoom in a little bit more? That is not a bagel. Look at the sparsity or that's just bread. Yeah, the air in there. I mean, it's just bread. It's like white bread. Shaped like a bagel. Look at the cracking on the top. There's no way that a bagel would crack like that. That's just not how it looks. this is one of I can't believe they're calling this a bagel, first off. And yeah, like you said, of all the things you put in a bagel, I mean, bagels are so diverse. And you're gonna put potato
Potato
salad in there?
salad. Potato
And
salad. And bacon. The Japanese bacon.
fake bacon, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, this is
Unfortunate.
already
Yeah.
stirring up controversy on Twitter.
Oh
And
boy.
yeah, a lot of takes, a lot of hot takes on the
Okay.
Japanese Lawson issuing a bagel. All right, Mike, time to move on to some better things. We're going over to our winners this week. Let's see what you got for a winner.
Yeah.
Ooh, yep.
Yeah, buddy. So actually we're looking through the history of the history of 7-Eleven. And one of the things is in the year 2000, 7-Eleven had they sold their 1 millionth shoe cream. And Matt, we're over here at Lawson. I know, but everyone knows that I am a huge shoe cream guy.
Mhm.
As you know, it's probably 50% of my winners. But I don't want it to be mistaken. I like a shoe cream, but I also love an eclair, Matt. And I'd say they're pretty much the same thing in
Well, an
many
eclair
ways.
is just a really big shoe cream.
Exactly, exactly. That is something that people don't realize. They call them different things, but they're pretty much the same damn thing. And this is a big chocolate eclair, Matt. Three words that I love. Big chocolate eclair. Looks outstanding. Look at how much chocolate
Mm.
shoe, I guess, is in there. Oh boy. So yeah, everybody, the shoe creams are, they're all over the place, but don't forget about the eclair. They're great. There's no way this is bad. Oh man, I get this on a Saturday night and just fall asleep on the couch.
It does look super good, and they've stuffed that thing with a lot of pudding, it looks
Mm.
like.
Oh yeah.
I you
Yep.
know, I tried to make eclairs
Mm.
a couple months ago, and they're not so easy to make because the shoe dough is very temperamental, very easily collapses, and so I'm very impressed that they're able to pump this stuff out at high volume. They're probably using all kinds of stabilizer or something in there. I have
Sure.
no idea, but yeah, that looks great, Mike. Who doesn't like a big fat eclair stuffed with chocolate pudding? Whew,
Mm.
damn. All right, Mike. My winner this week, I can't remember. Oh, that's right. 7-Eleven, Mike, and
Mm.
I got a gumi. I love gumi.
Yeah.
I love gumi. Um, my favorite candy is Haribo gummy bears. Actually, for my 24th birthday or something like this, my sister got me 24 bags of Haribo gummy bears. Best birthday gift I've ever got. And here we got not just gumi, Mike, but kaki gori flavored gumi.
Oh.
Several sub flavors. They got lemon, soda, and strawberry. Kaki gori.
Mm.
Kaki gori is
Yeah.
awesome. It's not Italian ice, everybody.
Mhm.
This is something different. It is like big shards of fluffy ice, very very fluffy. It's like a cloud with
Mhm.
syrup on top. And
Yeah.
7-Eleven has managed to transform this into a gumi.
Mm.
Kakigori should be everywhere. Actually, Hawaiian shave ice takes it to another level
Mhm.
because they put the scoop of ice cream under
Mm.
shave ice. But either kakigori or Hawaiian shave ice should be available everywhere all the time. And I'm excited here that it's available as a gumi.
Yeah, what a collab. What a collabo. A match made in heaven. They both, I think, Gummies and Kaki Gori. Yeah, it just seems like a perfect fit. I agree. Kaki Gori, why isn't it everywhere? You know, um, just in the summer, it's starting to get a little hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better. And I like this. Like, what is this? What do you think that is? A little panda bear back there? What is that?
I think it's a polar bear, actually.
Oh, but yeah, but sorry, polar bear. Yeah, just a great item, and I like how the gummies themselves. It looks like they maintain just a little bit of texture to them,
Mm.
to because of that ice. Just a real. Oh, and it looks like it's only the top part that has the flavor. Wow,
Oh
that's really
shit!
cool.
So it looks like kakigori too.
Looks like kakigori. What a find.
That's
Nice one.
brilliant. All right, Mike, that wraps up our winners and losers this week.
Yes, it does. And Matt, I'm happy to say that this week we've got a really exciting segment. We've got At the Gemba, but we've also got Matt's Munchies, where Matt, from the American standpoint, a lot of times picks up some fast food or convenience food. So yeah, what do you got for us this week, Matt?
Yeah, Mike. So last month, Aaron and I went out west, got in the covered wagon, and hit the trail, Mike. And we went to Arizona and Utah and Nevada. One night in
Ah,
Las Vegas, Mike. But it was a lot of driving. It was a hell
mhm,
of the West is big. My
mhm,
God, those states are big. It took like 12 hours to drive through Arizona, south to north.
mm. Wow.
And you got to stop along the way. And where else do you stop but the roadside convenience store, Mike?
Mm,
You got to fuel up the car and you got to fuel up the body. And it's in, state to state. It's not just the convenience stores that are different, it's the whole vibe
mhm,
in the
mhm.
convenience store. And Nevada, my God, what a vibe at the roadside convenience store, Mike. First, you walk in,
Mhm.
gambling right away at the convenience store in the middle of a nowhere intersection on who knows. I mean, gambling everywhere. Smoking
Wow.
indoors seems to be okay. Maybe
Wow.
the last place on earth where you can smoke inside without getting your head blown off. But then most of the store is alcohol. Most of it.
Okay, okay.
This is a big store, this thing's like an Amazon warehouse. Not quite that big, but it's got a big footprint. We're talking half this thing is just booze. And it's not just any kind of booze. It's not just your your Tanqueray gin or whatever. You could buy uh tequila
Mhm.
in a bottle shaped like an AK-47. Just
Wow.
crazy. So you got your AK-47, you got your slot machines, and then you got your whole. Oh, there was a cigar and cigarette room where they sold discount bulk cigarettes. Huge room.
Wow.
Also looked to be very popular. But yeah, Mike, Nevada, the convenience store vibe in Nevada. I gotta say, I don't think it was for me, but I'm glad I got to see it.
What was any what sort of food options did you have? Was there any fresh food or hot boxes, or was it more like Slim Jims, beef jerky?
At this particular one, I don't remember hot food of any kind. I just remember. Now, we went to one in Utah that was quite nice.
Oh,
Even had showers, actually.
wow.
They did have some nice looking hot food. Mostly the stuff on the rollers. You had the hot
Mhm.
dogs running the marathon up there, taquitos, stuff like that. Nothing to get too excited about, but it looked okay in Utah. Nevada, I don't know if I'd feel okay eating conveni food in Nevada.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So this is a big place. Did you use the bathrooms? What were the bathrooms like?
I used the bathroom at that one in Utah, and it was a nice bathroom.
Really?
Actually, that was a great convenience store. They actually had a whole walk-in cooler area for all the beer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was like they gave it some funny name like the Igloo, and you walk in there and you're just in a giant walk-in cooler surrounded by beer.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't have that up here in New England. Not enough space. Utah, space, it's too much space actually. It leads to this ridiculous sprawl where you gotta hop in your four-door Bronco to get a cup of coffee 4 minutes down the road that should be 2 minutes to walk to. I mean, it's outrageous the sprawl out there. What's just Why don't you just build things closer together, everybody?
Yeah, I've never been out there. I've always wanted to. But Las Vegas, I know that Karen is a huge fan. Did she have the time of her life? Did she have a great time?
We had a good time in Las Vegas, Mike. We went to the Wynn Buffet,
Oh yeah.
one of the top notch, and I gotta say it was good. The prime
Mhm.
rib was excellent. The rest of it, I'm gonna save. You know, it wasn't as great as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But no, the highlight, Mike. We were staying at what was it? The Virgin Hotel. It wasn't on the strip, but it was close. Very nice hotel. We got upgraded to a villa,
Hmm.
two-story villa, larger than our actual apartment. Had a private hot tub and an elevator in it, and so that was really fun. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
All
Cool,
right,
man.
Mike. Well, that's my story from the Gemba here in America. But well, actually, no. We're gonna continue with the American Gemba here.
Yeah, yeah. This
Um,
is normally this would
in
be, for
America
at the
too.
Gemba in Japan, but this time I guess this would just be Mike's Munchies. Matt, I wanted just not really related to convenience stores at all, just a couple interesting restaurants that I've found here in Frederick, Maryland, my hometown, one of the great places in the world. And Matt, let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is a place that my cousin, I gotta say, my cousin has always got his, finger on the, whatever's hot. And this place, Matt, this restaurant's name is
Juicy.com.
Crisp and Juicy. Crisp and Juicy, Matt.
What a name.
Yes, it's a Peruvian chicken restaurant.
Holy
And
sh!
the crisp and juicy is referring to the chicken.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you, this chicken is crisp and juicy. And like, what better way to describe delicious chicken, Matt? Crisp and juicy. Is there anything else you want from a good, you know, grilled or chicken than crisp and juicy?
This looks incredible.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
chicken looks outstanding and it also looks very well seasoned.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they've got, oh man, I don't know if I can find the menu, but Frederick, so oh yeah,
Oh my,
boom, the
oh,
whole
is that, it's
chicken.
rotisserie.
It is rotisserie.
Oh my
You can get the
God.
platters. They've got some sauces. The sauces is where it's all about,
Oh
Matt.
my, oh, you
They've
dip
got
the chicken?
you can dip the chicken. They've got hot sauce. They've got jalapeno sauce.
Oh,
I'm telling you, Matt.
chimichurri sauce?
Yeah, and this is not just Frederick. This is you know, around the Maryland, DC area. So hey, any of our listeners, you in this area, check out Crisp and Juicy. All right, Matt.
Whoa, over live charcoal they're cooking that?
This thing is no joke, man.
Holy
No
moly.
joke. All right. Then one more place that I found out about today. This is in Frederick, Maryland, Matt. This place is called Half and 50/50 Burger. All right, Matt? But
That's
don't
a,
get that wrong. It's not 50% bacon stacked on top. The
oh.
burger itself is
Oh.
50% beef and 50% bacon smash.
Oh my
And their classic fries, that's Old Bay seasoning. So you
holy
get
sh-
a 50/50 burger with some Old Bay fries. And Matt, I know this might sound silly,
oh
but
whoa.
this place is supposed to be like legitimately really, really, really good. I know it
Oh, you
looks
haven't
out.
been yet?
I haven't been yet. I'm gonna go. It's supposed to be
Oh,
like
so good.
a foodie's dream, Matt. This is no joke. So everybody, if you're look at that, what is that? That's a
Oh,
waffle burger.
that's
Are
a
you kidding?
waffle.
Oh man, are you kidding
Oh
me?
my God.
So Matt, if you're ever in Frederick, Maryland, which I hope you will be soon, head over to 50/50 Burger. I've never been there. It looks good. I'll let you know how it
That
is.
looks incredible. Also, I so the smash burger has become a thing
Oh,
everywhere, but
interesting.
I've never had one, but I can understand why it's popular because those photos of those burgers, it looks like it got nice and crispy
Oh yeah.
on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so this is not a this is a thing that's happening throughout the country, the smash
I
burger.
think the smash burger has just kind of like blown up, but the 50-50, the bacon beef thing, I've never heard of that,
Yeah.
which probably helps get it crisp because there's so much
Crispy.
fat in the bacon. You're
Exactly.
frying it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So, all right, Matt. Well,
Crisp and juicy. 50-50.
I'm telling you, Matt, that's what we like around
That's a
here is
1-2
crisp,
punch right there.
crisp and juicy things. All right, Matt, we've gone on a little bit long, but what an episode. I mean, number 108, and we're still as good as ever. If probably better than we've ever been. All right, Matt. Well, hey, in closing, just want to give a shout out to anybody who's ever donated or provide us any sort of like support in any way. You know who you are. Thank you all so much. If you want to check out the Conveni Boys newsletter, you can go over to conveniboys.substack.com and check it out. Geez, I'm sorry. I'll edit that out. I hope so. Or you will. I'm sorry. I think you're recording this. All right, I'm starting again. To our podcast listeners, Apple, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Please share, and rate. YouTube viewers, subscribe and like. Check us out on Twitter at conveniboys.twitter. All right, Matt. Well, that wraps us up for today. As always, I'll see you at the Conveni.
I'll see you at the Conveni, Mike.
Conveni boys, they're the Conveni boys, they're the Conveni, they're the Conveni, they're the Conveni, they're the